and welcome to the show. It feels like things sometimes are spinning out of control. Do you get that gut feeling that something's wrong, with politics, wrong with the world? Things aren't happening the way they're supposed to or they did in the past. Do you feel like things are off balance, maybe? I can remember many years ago, we used to sit on the porch with my grandparents. They were alive like 20 years ago. Maybe longer. It's been so long since I even thought about it. But we used to sit on the porch with my grandparents. I remember my cousins were Republicans. And back then I was a Democrat. And I can remember my parents who were deeply Democrats. They would vote Democrat every time. I can remember they would just vote straight ticket Democrat. And I have some thoughts about, the differences between Democrats and Republicans. That's not really what this show is about, though. But I feel like things are spinning a little out of control. We don't have the same kind of conversations anymore. I do remember my parents coming in from the porch somewhat defeated by the arguments of my cousins. And they were out of place. They didn't know how to defend their positions, my parents. No one's going to convince each other either way, but things were pretty calm, though. I mean, it wasn't terrible. We all loved each other. We all got along, and as a kid, I didn't spend much time out on the porch listening to that nonsense, but I can remember that, and things are just so different now. I think things are spinning out of control. We've got people yelling and screaming at each other. We've got people calling people names. We have people canceling other people. We have lawsuits and arrests going on that just don't make any sense. Politics are polarized, and just to sort of drive that home, I want us to look together at this clip of one is MSNBC, and one is of, I believe, the Boston Globe. But one thing I want to point out when I'm playing the video, which I think is important, is that you will see that on the MSNBC video, it's cut off. And this is, if you're a Democrat, I'm actually a Republican now, but I was a Democrat, and I feel for both sides of the issues, but I do fall mostly Republican. But media outlets like MSNBC, they distort the truth so badly, and I wish Democrats, it's sort of confirmation bias. I know Democrats love to watch MSNBC because it confirms what they already believe. They're not challenged by it. And in this case, this isn't a great case to showcase that, but you will see on the video that the previous conversation that these two guys, Senator Mullin and Sean O'Brien, who's the Teamster union boss, Sean O'Brien is sitting in front of the Senate, and apparently what MSNBC video doesn't show is the context on why Senator Mullin is so upset. What MSNBC does to the video is just start it to where this is Republican Senator Mullin, just starts lashing out. And that's the way MSNBC presents information. They basically manipulate the context. I don't approve of what Senator Mullin says, by the way. This isn't a really great example of what I'm talking about, but I just want you to know that there was context of what actually started this ridiculous interaction between Mullin and O'Brien at a Senate conference. Anyway, I'll show you the video from MSNBC, and we'll talk a little bit after it. Unfortunately, it's a little long, but I just think it's absolutely hilarious and sad and disappointing all at the same time. I have so many feelings about it. It's about 4 minutes long. I know that's long for a lot of people, but I promise I'll stop after that and talk a little more. But let's take a quick look real quick, and we'll see this absolutely dumb interaction between these two people. Totally unprofessional. So you'll see Republican Senator Mullin is the guy in the beard, and then the bald guy is Sean O'Brien, who is the Teamster boss. I'd like to point out real quick that the audio has some cracks in it, and that's the way it came. It isn't my equipment, it's just the video, so just bear through it.
This is a time, this is a place. If you want to run your mouth, we can be two consenting adults. We can finish it here.
Okay, that's fine. Perfect.
You want to do it now?
I'd love to do it right now.
Well, stand your butt up then.
You stand your butt up.
Oh, hold on.
Big guy.
Oh, stop it.
Is that your solution,
Hold it. No, sit down. Sit down. Okay. You're a United States Senator. Sit down.
Active.
Oh, okay.
Sit down, please.
All right.
Can I respond?
Hold it. If we can't, no, I have the mic.
said.
I'm sorry.
This is
Hold
what
it.
he said.
You'll have your time.
Okay.
Can I respond?
Oh, no, you can't. This is a hearing. And God knows the American people have enough of contempt for Congress. Let's not
I don't
make
like
it worse.
thugs and bullies.
And that's
what-
I don't like you, because you
Hold
just
it.
described yourself.
Hold it.
Then let's do this, because I did challenge you, and I accepted your challenge, and you went quiet.
No, I didn't go quiet.
Hold on.
You challenged me to a cage match,
No,
acting like a
sir.
12-year-old schoolyard bully.
Excuse me. Hold it. No, excuse me.
I will say exactly.
Senator
what you
Mullin,
said.
I have the mic. You have questions on any economic issues, anything that said, go for it. We're not here to talk about physical abuse.
You brought.
We're not
him
talking
in.
about. Of course, I
And
did.
let me show you his hearing, because I want to expose this thug to who he is. And
You don't point to me. That's disrespectful.
All right.
I don't care about respecting you at all. I
I don't respect you at all.
So
All right, hold
let
it.
me
Hold it. No.
You're one of the most
Hold
elite
it,
people.
please. All right. This is excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
This is a hearing to discuss economic issues. All right. If you have questions for Mr. O'Brien or anybody else on what he has said, go for it. But we're not here to talk about fights.
because you called me out. I didn't call you out.
Yeah, you did.
You said anytime, any place.
That's
what you
that.
said.
Let's get the record
Okay.
straight.
Let's hold it. No.
Hold on.
Senator Mullin, do you have a question for the witness?
Yeah. I
Okay.
think that's what we're
Let's
getting
hear
at.
it.
So, anytime, any place.
No, that's not.
April is a charity event.
No, that's not. That's
No,
not. No.
it's a he.
No.
Sir, he said it, and this is. My
He is
time.
here to
You
tell-
can set
no.
parameters on what the questions can or cannot be asked, and I'll ask.
No,
the
you're not going to.
question.
We're not going to be talking about
we understand.
physical confrontation.
Oh, this is about charity for a union charity because this
This
is for
is.
firefighters. And
Do you have a question on his testimony?
April.
Grow up.
April
Will you
next
please
You
year.
have
grow
a
up? You're an
question
embarrassment.
on his. Let's not
You
be.
said it.
You're an
You
embarrassment.
said
You're
it,
an
and I'm just
embarrassment.
simply answering it.
You
Senator Mullin,
reached
go
out to
hold it.
somebody-
Hold it.
I-
Senator Mullin, you made some charges.
Charges.
Mr. O'Brien, do you want to respond to
Yeah,
the
go ahead,
question?
please.
Yeah, I mean, look, the reality of it is,
Accept my challenge,
Mr.
tough guy.
Mullin, tough guy.
Answer. Hold it. Answer the questions.
All right, you're one. He made a lot of statements, right? And his statements are fiction at best.
Fiction. I read them.
Can you
What?
answer the question, please?
I can't understand him, to be honest with you. He rambles so much. What was your question, actually?
Well, you said I made a lot of statements.
No, but what's your question? I don't understand your question. Could you repeat it?
You said anytime, any place.
What's your question?
Accept the challenge.
What challenge?
You said anytime, any place. I'm accepting yours, so why don't you come
What
back?
challenge? What challenge are you talking
April
about?
30th. How about we do it for a charity at the Smoking Guns in Tulsa, Oklahoma?
We're not going to be
what was the
talking about
challenge?
physical confrontations here.
You want to fight me?
What'd you say about anytime, any place?
Let's have coffee, discuss our differences.
Oh, that's what you said.
Yeah, that's right, exactly.
All right, well, let's sit down and have coffee.
Let's do
I'd
it.
love to.
All right. I'd love to.
But
It's funny how you're backing
Okay.
out.
I don't back on anything.
You did.
You're the one. You're a 100.
Senator-
Should be the most influential people in this country making changes. You're
Hassan-
focused on.
Okay.
You're
Thank
focused
you.
on
Why did
debate
you-
that's not
why
even
did you
relevant.
keep texting
You're an
me and they
embarrassment.
silence?
You're an
They
embarrassment.
went
That's what you
silence
do.
after
An embarrassment to the state of
This
Oklahoma.
hearing is about the condition of the working class in America.
You
That's
brought
what
a
we're
thug
talking.
into this.
You're the biggest thug here.
You brought him in.
All right,
You're the biggest thug. Even your
I don't know
colleagues call you
why
a
you do
joke.
what you're doing, Senator Hassan.
Thank you very much, Mr.
Senator
Chair.
Hassan, you're gonna
Senator
question-
Mullin, please yield. I've been recognized
No,
by the chair.
go ahead.
Act accordingly.
Now,
So it's it's pretty ridiculous, isn't it? So you can see from the video they're both acting like jerks and idiots. It's hard to believe this is our U.S. Senate. We all live in this country. Can you believe it? Well, whoever's watching, I do. O'Brien is the Teamster guy. You could tell that he's a little bit of a manipulator. There's an article actually that it's in the Boston Globe. It talks about how he sort of, I guess, rose to power, but he has a talent for being for work and hard-nosed tactics, and he has a knack for finding a supervisor's weakness and using it against him. So he's a manipulator, and part of what you don't see in this clip is what happened before these two got to this meeting, which is that this guy O'Brien, the Teamster boss, sent some, I guess, messages to Senator Mullin, telling him he's a clown and a fraud, and I think he said calling him a greedy CEO who pretends like he's self-made. So it's so he was trying to make him angry before he even got to the Senate hearing, and then Mullin fell into the trap and went too far. And then you can see too that about halfway through the clip, O'Brien sort of reverses his position and acts like he's an innocent victim, saying that anytime, any place meant, I just meant get a coffee. It's so dumb. He's a manipulator. They're both jerks, by the way. It was out of line for both of them. The other thing that was kind of fascinating is that Bernie Sanders had no control over this meeting, which I thought was much more structured than this. I don't spend a lot of time watching hearings. I've seen lots of hearings, but I can't understand why Bernie couldn't stop the meeting and then have a quick talk with everybody, calm them down, and then start the meeting again. But anyway, that is the state of our democracy. Makes you feel proud, doesn't it? It's spinning out of control. Well, that's our show for today. Thanks for watching. I want to close it out with a quick video which pretty much sums up the state of our democracy. And I'll see you next time.
Catch me outside. How about that?
Huh?
Catch me outside. How about that?
Catch you outside? What does that mean?
What I just said.
Catch her outside and she'll go outside and do what she has to do. That's what she's talking about.
Oh, yeah,
This
yeah,
is
okay,
all,
yeah.
This is all, but don't you see this? This is all mouth. This is mouth.
Oh,
So you want to take this outside? Because I think they can bring cameras outside.
Really? Because I think I flipped you.
You want to do it again?
Diddy, don't get all tough. Please don't. This is not the place,
Hey,
and this is not
sit
the
down.
Sit down.
All right, then.
Sit down.